Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here with a speed build today that's a little bit different to the last ones we have done. I have just done 2 mansion builds in the last few months, and those mansion builds are whoppers, but I've still got this urge inside of me to I just keep on building in The Sims. I just want to do it every single day, and so I decided to do a smaller build this time called The Lookout. And The Lookout is kind of inspired by the new movie Hangout Stuff Pack with a lot of bohemian vibes and items. And basically, I wanted to create this old lookout in the world of Windenburg. That's basically just a really tall building utilizing all 5 levels available in The Sims 4. And it's like an old rundown lookout that's been made into a bohemian home. And I imagined a single mum would live here with her 2 little girls. And she's very artsy, very creative. And she loves going to thrift stores. So she's bought all this furniture that's kind of all mismatched. And but at the same time, it's very, very colorful because she loves color and expressionistic art. And that's pretty much kind of who this house was created for in my mind. So anyways, I'm glad this is quite different. It's not fancy like my other builds, so it's just a bit refreshing to do something a little less, a little bit more realistic perhaps. Although this would be really cool if you did actually live here, because I find it quite unusual to find out someone lives in a very tall building, that's much taller than wider, kind of like this. I don't think in Australia we have many places that do have very tall houses or homes or residential lots that are very tall and skinny, like 1 room per level. But I know in other places it is a lot more common. So if any of you guys do live in something along the lines of this, maybe with 4 or 5 levels in the house, I would be really interested because we don't really have that here so much. I've never really been to someone's house like this, so it'd be cool to find out. Initially, I was a little bit torn on whether I wanted to make this a really contemporary, modern home that kind of was made from an old lookout that had been renovated. But in the end, I just thought, no, I'm sick of doing fancy stuff. I just want to do something really run down and higgledy-piggledy, and someone with not a lot of money could live here, and they've just kind of taken with them all of their treasures and interests and made this a real humble home. So anyways, as I said, I think there's 5 levels, including the ground level, and the staircases we're just putting in to make sure that you can access all levels. It's always a bit awkward when you forget the staircase and you're like, oh no, where's it going to go? So I like to do that first. And at the time of doing this, I was listening to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills After Buzz podcast. I know, I am so sad. It's bad enough that I watch trashy reality TV, such as the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I love it though. I'd love it. But it's even worse that I watch the after show After Buzz about it. But, we all have our little things, our own little things that give us satisfaction and pleasure that no one else needs to know about except for all of you guys who I just told. I've realized I'm starting to get into a habit of probably saying too much about myself on YouTube. Sometimes, just some of the stories I tell, I feel like, I don't know. Most of the time you guys just think it's funny, so maybe it is worth sharing if it will brighten up someone else's day at the cost of my myself. I don't know. At the cost of my, what's the word? It's like social suicide. I don't know. Anyways, I'm a little bit tired this evening. I did release a vlog not long ago. That would be the video before this. It was just me hanging around. I'd just gone back home after the Australia long weekend, and it was Australia Day, so we had a long weekend. And I think in the vlog you can tell I'm pretty tired, and I was just like, okay, I'm too tired to be recording LPs right now, because when I record an LP, I love to be really up and bubbly and ready to go and rearing to play. I really am not a fan of just releasing videos because I want to release videos when I want to play the game. So I thought, you know what, I'll just do a vlog and just share my thoughts with you guys. So it was pretty random, but so far so good. It looks like you guys enjoyed it. And I was actually really surprised to see that a lot of you guys said vlogs are actually your favorite videos of mine. So that's always nice to hear that there's other types of videos being enjoyed as well as the beautiful and magnificent Sims. Love The Sims. Anyways, so these doors that came from the movie Hangout stuff pack, I think they're so cute. They're very like gypsy-esque, and utilizing some of these, I don't even know what you call them, but they're like sticky outy woody bits. That's what we're going to call them here. The sticky outy woody bits from The Sims 4 Get Together, and I also love this lot. It's just a tiny square lot, and it looks out onto the amazing world of Windenburg and the oceans. It's on the private island, part of that expansion pack. And I was actually thinking about it, and I reckon I really strongly believe if you have some money to spend on The Sims and you're trying to pick which expansion pack to go for, which stuff pack or game pack, I have to say I really think Get Together is probably the leading one for me. That's the one I would recommend because of course now I am lucky enough to get all of the games for The Sims, but previously, before I was on YouTube, I did not get them all. Well, that's a lie. I did get them all. Not in Sims 2, I didn't have them all. But one thing I didn't get in The Sims 3 was I didn't buy all the worlds because I just didn't have the money to get those extra luxury bits and bobs from the Sims 3 store. So I know how it feels when you're like, okay, which one should I get? And then you look up all the reviews. And that's actually how I discovered YouTube Simmers, because I was looking up which world to buy and just looking up the reviews. So I get what you mean, and yeah, I reckon Get Together's the number one for me, for my choice at the moment. Anyways, I was going to say these and this at the same time, so it came out as this. This room is going to be the lounge room on the bottom floor, and I thought, this could be good for a lounge room because if it's really hot, then you might want to be in the room downstairs, and that would be the coolest room of the house where everyone can hang out. But of course, it's going to be very, very busy. We want lots of pattern. We want it to be loud and colorful, which is kind of the personality of the person who owns this house, in my opinion, or the sim who lives here. That's how I imagine them. So also the bohemian vibes lend themselves perfectly to a busy interior. And we've got an older TV. This person isn't all into technology. They prefer the outdoors. They love reading a book. They love painting. They're more for the organic things in life. And I just don't think a flat screen TV mounted on their wall would really be that kind of thing. Playing around with the curtains here, I did in my Hamptons build. There were 3 parts to it, but one part of the build I realized I loved layering these curtains in different ways to create different formations of draped curtains. So one thing you can do is actually put them the opposite way together, and they kind of meet in the middle of the window. It looks really pretty. So we are going to do that eventually. Right now, we're having a little bit of tricky time with that wallpaper. It's just too busy. So we are going to come back and change that in a little while. But we're kind of laying down the basic furnishings, getting a feel for it. I love these jars hanging on the wall. They're so handy. They just, I don't know, it just suits so many different kinds of houses, and I just love them. That painting looked way too expensive for in here, so we turned it down a little bit. And I don't know, maybe the owner of the house painted these paintings herself. I don't know. Right here, we're just figuring out what wallpaper to go with. And in the end, I'm like, you know what? Let's just go with the wood paneling because it just looks good. So we do go with that. I mean, I like busy wallpaper, but it's just a bit too busy with the chairs and the curtains and the rugs and the paintings and just one hot mess. Hot mess. I'm looking forward to a very special guest visiting me in a couple of days, which means we might not have the usual videos up because this special guest, I'm sure we will be doing some collaborative videos together. And yes, it's James Turner. I cannot wait to see him. He's been a bit sick lately, so I'm going to take good care of him. We all have to. And, but hopefully we have some streaming time together. It's going to be super exciting because usually I've always relied on going to his house to live stream. But for the first time, he can actually come to mine to live stream. So we're going to do some of that together. And I'll definitely be posting on Twitter and here on YouTube when I am streaming. So you can check that. But I do use Twitter the most, so if you guys want a really easy way to follow me and many other YouTubers, Twitter is actually a really good way to keep up with people. And I know it's a little bit daunting for those of you who don't use it and you're like, oh, I don't know how to use this. Once you get it, it's actually by far the best social media, in my opinion. It's just so easy and clean. So I do tweet a lot, and I feel like that's probably the easiest way to keep up with mine and other people's videos and streaming and whatnot. Otherwise, I often will post on Instagram too, and they're both at Deligracy. Also, this house is on the gallery at Deligracy as well. That is my username. Just pop it in the search bar and it shall take you there. I had scrambled eggs for dinner and I put in this new spice mix. I think it was just called mixed spice. Mixed spice. It was just like a mixed spice, obviously, no deli. And it was so good. It made the scrambled eggs an amazing dinner. Because usually if you have scrambled eggs for dinner, you're kind of like, just an easy dinner that's never really that amazing in my opinion. But this was pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So not bad. Popping some tiles in the kitchen here. I just was getting pretty frustrated with the tiles available. I didn't feel like there was really anything that suited or complemented that wallpaper. So in the end, we just leave it with wallpaper. And I kind of wished in The Sims 3 there was a wallpaper towards the ends of The Sims 3 releases. I think it might have been the last store set released on the sims3.com. Yeah, they had this wallpaper that was actually kind of like, it reminded me of Venice. So wallpaper in really vibrant colors that had kind of become old and stripped down and a little bit moldy. And I so wished I had that right now in the game because that would have been perfect for the kitchen. But that's all right. In like rich pastel colors. It's pretty cool. I also love these green little china cabinets. I thought they were so sweet. And when I say china cabinets, I mean obviously cabinets where you put all your fine china and bowls and china mugs and whatnot, not Chinese. I don't know if that would be confusing to any of you guys, but I'm becoming a little bit more aware that how we say things in Australia is often misunderstood by most of you guys because most of you guys watching are from the rest of the world. So I'm trying. I'm trying to remember this. And this is the daughter's bedroom. We've got 2 beds in here. You could easily make it for boys or a boy and a girl or a nursery, what have you. It would actually be really cool if you guys do download this house. I would love to see your storyline or the characters who are living here. I love getting that feedback from you guys. From your beautiful Simlies. And yeah, I just wanted lots of purple and blues in this room. Just pretty much a bedroom any child would dream to have, pretty much. I mean, imagine having all those beautiful hanging lights with the fun patterns on them and climbing up all the stairs to get up to your bedroom. It would have been the coolest place to live. I would have loved it. Anything that was colorful, sparkly, shiny, that took physical activity to get to was the best. The best back in the day. And putting up some curtains now. There we are. That's how you reverse them to make them meet in the middle. And I think that looks quite cute, if I don't mind saying myself. The other thing that I was doing in this build was I used these same doors for every room, but I would change the color of them to the color of that room or the dominating color in that room. So that door is the purpley bluey one. I think on the kitchen we actually had a greeny one that I may have changed it to orange just to be complementary because it was a bit too green. But my point is there's a different door to every room, which kind of hints at what kind of room it is. And we're just doing there a little bit of, there was a bit of a change in the floor plan just then because I realized we need a bathroom here or else everyone would be peeing in those bushes that came with Get Together, which is pretty funny. But I thought we better put a bathroom in here so it's at the very top, which is a bit inconvenient because if you were coming home from somewhere and you were bath staying, you'd have to run up all those stairs holding on. My gosh. My golly gosh. And what's the thing with girls needing to pee more than boys? I've just noticed this in the last year, and why? Like, why is this the case? I don't know. When I was road tripping with boy Deligracy, he was so frustrated that every hour I was like, I have to pee again. There was one part of the trip where he was like, you can pee when there's a place to stop on the left because in Australia we drive on the left-hand side of the road as opposed to the right. So he was like, if there's a place on the left, we can stop there. And there wasn't a place on the left for so long. I actually thought I was going to pee his car. It was that bad. And when we finally got to this dodgy service station in the middle of nowhere, I literally did what the Sims do when they're busting, when they like put their knees together and they like try and walk to the toilet. It was so embarrassing. But I got there in the end. And I feel like childbirth is going to be that much easier because those Kegel exercises I was doing to try and hold my pee in that day will last me for life, I'm pretty sure. Oh my gosh. For those of you who don't know what Kegel exercises are, it's when you... Oh, I just got a message. Oh, there is a Victoria severe thunderstorm warning issued for Geelong. Why did I get sent that? I'm not in Geelong. Well, anyways, when this video goes live, I don't think there will be thunderstorms anymore, but there was a warning anyways. Holy moly, I'm just looking at pictures of the flooding. It's actually quite major. What? Okay then. That is full on. Anyways, back to the video. Yeah, we're just putting in a little desk area in the main bedroom. I thought this artistic bed was quite cute, and I've actually merged it with a decorative half wall piece there at the end of the bed. So that's actually a separate object to the bed, but I thought it works quite nicely. And then on the outside of this house, we're going to put a ton of greenery, a ton of pot plants, because I feel like the person who lives here loves the outdoors, loves watering their garden, and just loves a green life, you know. So we also have several easels in the house. We have a guitar as well. I'm kind of thinking that these Sims are quite creative, so we want to give them the opportunity to gain more skills in the arts and in music, so that's why we have those there. And also in gardening, we've got a lot of garden pots to be utilized there as well, and the view's just stunning. You know, you look out to that ocean as you're watering your daisies or sunflowers or no, you wouldn't put hydrangeas in a pot plant, would you? You'd put like roses or, you know, fruit. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's an amazing view. Oh, wow. I love it. I love it. And also, I do apologize for part of the screen being cut off. That's quite frustrating when you watch it back. Why is that? I think when I played GTA with Genie the other day, by the way, he's still editing that video, so I'll let you guys know when that's out, because I think it'll be a bit of a laugh, a bit of a lull. He got me to change some of my settings in OBS, and I thought I'd change them back, but something's not quite right, so I'm gonna have to review that, because that is not okay for my LPs, for sure. On the rooftop of this build, we have a gorgeous bright pink / fuchsia table I love how it's worn and chipped slightly with the table runner. It's so pretty. And we also have a barbecue up there. So Sims can whip up some herbal remedies as well, which could be quite interesting for this household. And we also have a little rooftop sitting area with the poofs. Oh, I never know. I get muddled up in every single video. And I just thought that is so cute for you to hang out and sit there and listen to someone play the guitar. I just thought that was really nice. Mismatching some chairs in the kitchen. I just thought we needed that. And then finally, we're just going to add a few extra bits and bobs to that downstairs room because, you know, you just need to fix it up a bit. Pop some books around. We're also popping in some easels there too. Well, not easels, like painting storage, just to make it a little bit more cluttered and really give that this is the home of the artist feel. And me personally, I couldn't live here. It'd be too cluttered for me, but I know a lot of people like that cozy feel, well lived in feel, but it's just not for me. Would be for Sim who lives here though. And of course, some more mismatched chairs around that fireplace, and really gives the idea or the look that these chairs have kind of been found and over time been just put together, and that'll do. And it's quite interesting that a lot of really high-end weddings now use mismatched chairs because they want to artificially make that rustic feel. It's quite the trend now. And if you guys were watching me on YouTube a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, you would know that I started the mismatched chairs trend. That's right. It started right here on the Deligracy channel on YouTube. I'm claiming it. I'm claiming it right now. And yeah, we just need to do a bit of landscaping. The landscaping is very messy, very organic. It's definitely not a well manicured garden, that's for sure. And a little natural pond always makes it feel that bit more realistic, bit more lived in and more natural. So we're just using the irregular pool tool, popping some rocks around there with the move objects on sheet. And yeah, just making it look all nice. We also have a few of those bushes that you can pee in, you can woohoo in them, you can sleep in them as well, which I think I find to be the funniest interaction with the bush. Oh my gosh, when your Sims are in there sleeping with their feet sticking out, it's just so funny. I love it. I also put in there a cheeky steamer foggy thing in the bottom of that pond because I love it when the steam comes up. It looks so cool. And just popping a few extra things here and there, but we're going to jump on into the screenshots now. And this is the lookout. As you can see, it is looking out onto that glorious ocean of Windenburg. We've got a few different sides, the special doors in different colors you can see there. I love how there's one random mirror outdoors. It's just so unusual to have a mirror outdoors. The lounge room downstairs on the bottom level. The easel is very much obstructing the TV there, which means they probably don't use the TV all that often. They're more likely to paint. The kitchen is a little bit more laid back, not quite as bright and busy. But then the girls' bedroom, oh my gosh, can someone say purple? Love it. Really, really loving those lanterns too that hang down from the roof and coming into the master bedroom here. Bit more neutral, but of course still very eclectic and busy. And I love it. I like this build a lot. I hope you guys do too. So do let me know in the comments down below what you think. Tweet me your ideas or comment your ideas for any other builds. And oh, I also got a Tumblr. So if you want to follow me on Tumblr, I'll put that in the description down below because I'll post some of my, or reblog a lot of my inspiration and pop my Instagram posts on there too. Anyways, I hope you are having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world, and I'll speak to you soon.